Hello everyone. Welcome to another educational video from Riaz and Latin Foundation. In this video, we'll explain you briefly about the tuition tax credits and its related terms and provisions under the Canadian tax law. Let's go through and enlighten us with this important topic relevant to the college and university students. By the end of this video, you will find answers to some of the general questions relating to the tuition credits, like what are the tuition tax credits, what type of tax slips are issued by universities for claiming the tax benefits, how can you claim this tax benefits by filing your tax return, and also we'll understand by taking an example how these tax benefits are calculated and how you will report in the different amounts on your tax return and its relevance. Let's go.
Before proceeding further, let's first understand the difference between tax credits and tax deductions. Tax deductions typically lower your taxable income, thereby potentially lowering your taxes. Some examples are listed here, like moving expenses for education or for the job, childcare expenses, union or professional dues, support payments, employment insurance premium, employment or home office expenses, and others. On the other hand, tax credits directly reduce the overall tax you pay. Some examples are Canada employment amount, government student loan interest, tuition amounts, charitable donation, medical expenses, Canada training credit, and others.
T2202 slip. This is the form most of you have heard, which is issued by the universities and colleges with respect to the tuition fees that you have paid to them. And it's an important form to avail the tax credits relating to the tuition fees. It is designed to help and offset the cost of the education and is intended for individuals pursuing the post secondary education at recognized institutions. The amount of the credit is on the basis of the tuition fees you have paid, also on the number of months of your enrollment with the college or the university. Now, in order to claim this tuition and education credit, as mentioned, you need to file your tax returns. And this form is an important form while preparing your tax return. Keep this form in a safe custody. If in future CRA asks you to submit this T2202 form, you have to respond to their notice. If you miss that one, all the tuition credits will be reversed and you will not receive any benefits from the CRA. So keep them in custody and revert to the notices of the CRA when they demand it. Now let's see how this T2202 slip looks like in the next slide. This is how you see what T2202 slip looks like. On the left side top, you will see the university or the college name which has issued this slip. You will also see the name of the program to which you are enrolled and your student name, and along with that your address, as well as in the bottom you will see your SIN number. On the right hand side, all these columns contains the amount of the tuition fees which you have paid, the date for which the your study course has started till the time the date of the closure of that study course. An important part is the columns which is highlighted as box number 24 and 25. Here it mentions the number of months for which you have been enrolled as a part-time or as a full-time. It is important because all these boxes will be filled up in the tax returns and that will affect your eligibility of the amounts of the tax credits. And also, again, it's an important document. Please keep in safe custody.
Now, let's understand how tax credits are calculated with an example. Meet Mr. A, a student who paid tuition fees from 2019 to 2022, as you can see on this slide in the given table. In 2019, Mr. A paid 6,785. In 2020, 16,980. In 2021, it's 34,654. And in 2022, it's $39,731 as the tuition fees to his college. In 2022, he secured a job with an annual taxable income of 47,909. In 2023, his annual taxable income is 73,632. Now, let's explore how tax savings can be achieved by utilizing tuition fee tax credits during 2019 to 2022. Continuing with our example from the preceding slide, let's see how the tuition fee credits are utilized. As depicted in the first table, in 2019, Mr. A paid $6,785. Given his absence of income, this sum was carried forward to 2020, as indicated by the initial red arrow. In 2020, his expenditure escalated to $16,980, inclusive of the carry forward amount, summing up to the total tuition credit of $23,765 by the year end. Subsequently, in 2021, an additional $34,654 was paid. However, since prior tuition fees remain unutilized, the carry forward amount of $23,765 augmented the total available credits to $58,419. Now in 2022, Mr. A paid $39,731 towards tuition fees, with the carry forward balance from the previous year standing at $58,419. However, his employment status changed, resulting in an income of $47,909. Now, this income was offset against his total tuition fees paid, resulting in a remainder of $50,241, which was carried forward to 2023. And in the subsequent year, his income amounted to $73,632, which was again reduced by the available tuition fees credit. The total tuition fees paid by this time amounted to $98,150, rendering Mr. A eligible for a tax saving of 15%, equating to $14,722. That is 15% of $98,150. Now, according to the CRA regulations in 2022, since the total income of $47,909 is less than the amount of the tuition fees available for utilization, the utilization of tuition fees will be limited to the income of 2022. Accordingly, we will utilize $47,909 in this year and thus have tax savings of $7,186, which is 15% of the tuition fees utilized. And the remainder will be carried forward in the next years. Now, in 2023, Mr. A could utilize the balance amount of tuition fees subject to his income in that year. As per our example, in 2023, his income is more than the tuition fees available for utilization. So, accordingly, all the balance tuition fees of $50,241 will be utilized, which will result in further tax savings of $7,536 in 2023, which is again 15% of the tuition fees credits utilized. That is 15% of $50,241. In this way, you avail the overall tax saving of 15% of the total tuition fees paid. That is of $98,000, you availed 15%, which comes to $14,722. That is the total tax saving, or we can say that you avail the tax credits.
Now, let's see how this tax savings and all these tuition fees pay will be reflected at the time when we prepare our tax returns. So when we prepare our tax returns, all these tuition credits are reflected on a schedule which is known as Schedule 11. This is a snapshot of the Schedule 11 of Mr. A's 2022 tax return. The amount of $58,419 on row 1 reflects the tuition fees which remains unused and is carried forward from the last years from 2019 to 2021. The amount of $39,731 on row 2 is the amount of tuition fees paid during the current year, that is 2022. So accordingly, the tuition fees available for utilizing against the taxable income will be $98,150 reflected on row 10, which is the total of the carried forward amount and the current year tuition fees paid. On row 11, 12, and 13, your total income, basic deduction, and net taxable income are reflected. Here, $47,909 is the taxable income as shown in the example on the previous slide. So accordingly, you can claim up to $47,909, which is your taxable income of your tuition credits against your taxable income to save taxes. This amount is reflected on row 17 on the first page of Schedule 11.
The second page of Schedule 11 takes deeper into the details. The first section pertains to the current year enrollment information sourced from box 24 and 25 of the T2202 slip, which we have seen in the previous slides. In the second section explains the transfer or carry forward of the unused amount. Row 18 shows the total tuition fees paid amounting to $98,150, of which $47,909 is claimed or utilized in 2022, as we can see on row 19. And this leaves an unused balance of $50,240, which will be carried forward in the next year. Further, additionally, as per the CRA stipulations, a maximum of $5,000 of the current year tuition fees, that is in 2022, what Mr. A paid of $39,731. Out of that, $5,000 he can transfer to his parents or spouse, and it will be reflected on row 24. In our case, there is no transfer, so the amount is 0 on row 24. This will reduce the carry forward balance, which is shown on row 25. Now let's see how this will be reflected in 2023. Schedule 11 snapshot of Mr. A's tax return shows that no tuition fees were paid during the period. Thus, row 1 through 8 remain blank. The carry forward amount from the previous year, 2022, as indicated in the notice of assessment, is displayed on row 9, amounting to $50,241, which constitutes the total available tuition fees for offsetting against the taxable income of 2023. Once again, the rows 11, 12, and 13 indicate the total income, basic deductions, and the net taxable income, with taxable income calculated at $87,067. Giving an available tuition credit balance of $50,241, it can be fully utilized against the taxable income as reflected on row 17. On the second page of Schedule 11 for 2023 tax return, the absence of tuition fees paid in 2023 renders the first section pertaining to enrollment information as blank. In the second section, the carried forward amount is displayed on row 18, with the claimed tuition fees amount reflected on row 19. Given the complete utilization of the available credits against taxable income, the balance amount on row 20 is nil. That is, the entire tuition fees has been utilized. And the carry forward amount for the subsequent year is also nil, and it is denoted on row 25. So finally, we come to the end of this video, and we hope that you find this video helpful. And all the questions which are highlighted at the start of this video have been answered and explained during the video. For any further questions and concerns, you can connect with us through various sources provided on this slide. And if you want to get more information about tuition credits, then you are always welcome to go to the CRA website, which is www.canada.ca. And finally, a request from our side is if you like this video, hit the like button below. And for regular updates, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for other related videos and similar information and education on the tax matters. For now, stay healthy and stay tuned. Thank you.